Fox polling shows voters want major changes on top issues. Good morning, Lauren. What changes?
Good morning. Well, 4 in 10 want revolutionary change. That shows voters are unhappy and could register their discontent at the polls in November. Voters telling Fox that Democrats would do a better job on 7 of 9 major issues. Pull it up and we'll go from the bottom up. Voters favored Democrats by 22 points on income inequality. Dems are up 21 points on health care. They're up 10 on inflation. They're also leading on the economy, foreign policy, government spending, even immigration. Republicans lead on crime and on national security. Both parties say they are motivated to vote, but 68% of Democrats say they are extremely motivated versus 57% for Republicans.
So whenever I take in these polls, like Fox News there is showing, I'm always asking myself, are the polls reflecting people's real understood experience, or is there a messaging issue motivating certain groups of people to think or believe certain things are happening because of one party versus the other? Let's talk to someone who actually understands the economy inside and out. Steve Moore joins us once again, co-founder of the Committee for Prosperity, host of More Money, and author of The Trump Economic Miracle. Steve, welcome back to the show. Happy Monday to you.
Hey, Annie, I hear it's very hot.
Oh, my gosh. Sweltering. Stay inside.
Oh, my God. Well, we had that 2 weeks ago in D.C. It's a little cooler here, so relief is on the way. But, oh, my gosh, I know you feel like you're in a sauna, right?
Yes, it's very, very nasty. I want to ask you about when you see these polls from Fox News and they're talking about people being dissatisfied with the economy. Affordability is the word of the term, I think, right now. Are these people who are responding to these polls? Do they have accurate information?
You know, it's kind of a conundrum because on the one hand, all the polls are showing the same thing. People are dissatisfied. They're angry. Consumer sentiment is low. And yet, if you look at the actual economy, it's doing quite well. I mean, I wouldn't say it's an A economy, but it's a B economy. We're seeing, we just saw last week, really an amazing, my jaw is still dropping over this statistic that last week, did you hear about this? We had fewer layoffs, people laid off from their jobs at any time in the last 50 years.
No, I hadn't heard that.
That's incredible. 50 years. I mean, you'd have to go back to the time the Beatles were still together, the time when we had fewer people laid off, which is especially amazing because the labor force is almost twice as large as it was back then. So that's telling you there are jobs out there for people who want them. Then you look at what's happened with people's incomes. So median household income is up about $3,000 over the last 18 months. That's a pretty nice increase, and it means there's more affordability, not less. Then you look at the stock market and American companies. I mean, they're doing so well. Our economy is the envy of the world, Annie. I mean, every other country in the world is like, oh, my God, how is it the U.S.? I mean, Europe is flatlined. Britain's nowhere. They've had, 7 leaders in 10 years or something. They can't get their thing straight. Our stock market has grown 10 times faster than China's has over the last 15 years. So, we're the hot economy right now. I'm not saying, I know a lot of people are hurting. I know, people don't like paying high grocery prices and high gas prices. But for the most part, this is an economy that is doing very well.
Yeah, Steve Moore speaking with us right now. That takes me back to my initial thought on this. And I usually assume it's a bit of both. But maybe the good economy elements that are seeing success right now, those positive numbers that you're highlighting right here, the message isn't getting through to people. And if people are basing their own judgment on how, gas is up to $4.20 again now in my neck of the woods, and grocery prices, it's very expensive. I got a family of 6, so we got to buy a lot of food. It is just expensive. Is there a messaging issue right now with the right side of the aisle to make people understand what has been done?
Well, maybe a little bit, but, the perception is reality in politics. So if people are feeling bad about things, it doesn't matter how I can spout the statistics, but, people aren't feeling good about their lives and they feel like they're struggling, then they're struggling.
Right.
And so, that's the fact of the matter. I would just give you one statistic. We just came up with this yesterday. We just did the computations that 81% of the rise in prices in things like food and gasoline and healthcare that people are angry about happened under Biden. Not Trump. That was under Biden that those prices went way up. Now, we've seen some increases in prices under Trump, but not nearly like what we saw under Biden. But, overall, I'm pretty bullish on the U.S. economy. We had something in our hotline today if you look at what's the industry of the future, obviously AI is coming. It's coming rapidly. 12 of the 15 top AI companies are here in the United States, just like 12 of the top 15 internet companies are here. So we're still leading the world in technology, which is a great thing. And I feel like, if you look at the median family income today, do you know what the median family income in the United States is today?
Not on average,
Annie?
no.
Take a guess.
Ooh, 180,000. I don't know what.
Yeah, you're pretty close. 80.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually above. It's 87,000 now. Now, that in most countries, $87,000 of income, you're rich.
Massive wealth. Yeah.
So that's our average. I mean, and so we. By the way, this is kind of amazing statistic too. We mentioned this on Fox News earlier today that the United States last year created more millionaires than the rest of the world combined.
So, okay. I want to follow up. I want to follow up on this point. Yeah, because you're talking about the massive wealth that the American economy has created for Americans alike. I did a poll on this question last week, and I asked what our listeners thought about how much of the affordability issue is actually an American concern with like fixable overspending. Consumer overspending. Have we gotten so over our skis that we can just have what we want when we want, that we realize down the road, ooh, I couldn't afford that at the time? Is that a consumer problem or a government problem, or maybe both?
Well, that's a tough question, because you know who the biggest borrower in the world is.
Yeah, us.
United States government. So we're not setting a very good example, are we? We just keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. And I just saw something that the cost we pay each year in our budget just for the interest payments on our debt have tripled in the last 10 years.
Elon Musk said that we're screwed. Did you hear that clip? He said that we can't get out of our economic woes. Our debt's too big. Do you think that that's accurate?
He said we cannot get out of it?
Yeah. He said that there are some like major changes that would have to be made, but that our debt was our deficit, our debt is so enormous at this point that a massive, crazy sea change would have to happen. I wish I had the clip to play for you.
I think Elon Musk's one of the smartest people on the planet, so who am I to disagree with him? But I think what he really meant to say is we have to fix things, and of course we do. Of course, everyone knows that. You can't just keep gorging and eating and getting fatter every day and not do something to change your lifestyle. And that's what we have to do in the U.S. We have to grow the economy, and we have to put the government on a diet. You think we can do that?
The first way to solve a problem is to admit you have one, Steve.
There you go.
I know you've been singing that song for quite some time. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. It's good to talk to you. Stay cool, because I think this heat that we're having, we're probably sending it your way. So
boo!
Stay inside. Take care,
All right,
Steve.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.